Hello VSs, welcome back to my channel. As you can already tell by the title, today I am going to be reading some creepy Twitter threads. So if that is something that you want to see today, of course keep on watching. And if you are new here, hi, my name is Brenda. I go by Beyond Belleza. If you would like to join my little community of Bellezas, all you have to do is subscribe down below, turn on post notifications so you do not miss a new video. Also give this video a huge thumbs up if you do end up enjoying it whatsoever. And with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and get into today's video. I should not have done that. Okay. Alright, let's get into it. Let me pull up my Instagram because there's an account that I'm going off of that has all of these threads in one location. So shout out to this account once I pull it up. I am never prepared for this. No, that's not what I'm looking for. The account is Appalling Thread. I'll put the username right here on Instagram, and this is where I am reading these threads off of. Okay, so the first thread on here that I wanted to read to you guys was Hanako San, a Japanese urban legend. And I feel like it's a pretty common one. Anybody who has looked into Japanese urban legends probably has heard of this one. I heard it, I read about it in a few different articles, and they're all kind of different, so they all kind of put their own little pizzazz on it, you know. So let me go ahead and read the one that he has on here. So it says, Hanako San is a Japanese urban legend about the ghost of a young girl that's supposed to haunt school toilets. Okay, stay with me now. Okay, it says opening and closing doors and scaring anyone who enters the bathroom, knocks on her stall and calls her name. So you basically gotta provoke her like some Bloody Mary shit, okay? And it says Hanako, the ghost in the toilet, almost achieved the status of a national phenomena in Japanese legend 20 years ago when a wave of stories of ghost sightings swept through the nation's schoolyards. Every child had a Hanako story to tell. Alright, that's crazy. I did not know that. Okay, the stories, of course, are many and varied, but every school child in Japan at one time or another has stood in dread and anticipation as he or she ventured into the school toilet alone. This is similar to the legend of Kashima Reiko, a female ghost without legs who also lives in school bathrooms. Oh, whoa, that's scary. She calls out, "Where are my legs?" when people enter the bathroom. The correct way to answer her varies. In one version, you have to say, Kashima Reiko, Ka equals common, mask. Si shinin means dead person, and ma equals means demon. I don't know what this is saying. I don't know what any of that was, but if you understand it, let me know, because I don't know what I just read. Yet another version features Ao or Ai Manto, I don't know how to pronounce that, or Akamanto, a male ghost who waits in the last stall in the girls' bathroom. Anyone entering the bathroom hears a voice asking, "Which do you prefer, the red paper or the blue paper?" That's some Matrix shit. If they pick red, he kills them by slashing their back or neck repeatedly with a blade. Oh my god, okay. To make them look like they're wearing a red cape. This bitch. If they pick blue, then they're by hanging. He's known as Akamanto, Oimanto, Oihanten, Akakami, and Oikami. That's a lot of names, and I probably butchered a lot of those. I am so sorry. And that is the end of that thread. That is very creepy. As I said, I knew that there was more than one sort of way to tell this legend in Japanese, and somebody had asked me to cover Japanese urban legends, but I just know that I'm just gonna butcher everything, and I feel like they have like a lot of them, but they've been told repeatedly and they just mix it up differently. But I might look into it since you guys really like the legends from Mexico, which I will be doing another video soon. I'm just trying to you know, give you guys a little bit variety of different things. But yeah. Also, I didn't check how the lighting looked before I started just babbling, so I hope it looks decent. I don't really know, but we'll see. I'll check it out later. Okay, so this next one is 5 strange urban legends that turned out to be true. Alright, let's see. Let's check it out. This first one is the Puebla tunnels. Well, here's a little taste of that Mexico legend that you guys love so much. So it says citizens of Puebla City, located in the southeast of Mexico, told folk tales about a mysterious network of tunnels hidden beneath the city. For hundreds of years, no such tunnels were ever found, so people assumed that they were nothing more than the stuff of legends. But then, in 2015, a construction crew discovered a very real tunnel beneath the city. Crews began excavating the site and eventually discovered around 6 miles of tunnels snaking under Puebla's streets. The tunnels, which are believed to have been constructed from the 16th century all the way through the 19th century, have been opened as a tourist attraction today. On the other hand, there are some forbidden places no one will ever be allowed to visit. And I wonder why that is. That's so creepy. I wonder what the tunnels were for. There's not much on this thread, but it could have possibly been like a means of getting from a place to place without like the traffic above, like of civilians and other people, or maybe so they can sneak stuff in. There could have been a lot of different things, but it definitely is eerie because you never know if like people died there, like what kind of tragedies happened there, and so on and so forth. But it kind of reminds me of the tunnels that we have. Well, it's not even tunnels, it's like we had a whole ass city underneath Seattle, which is why I feel like don't quote me on none of this, because I have lived in Washington for years and I still have not taken a tour of the underground city in Seattle. But I feel like that's why Seattle is all kinds of messed up, like the way that it's built. It's like on all kinds of hills, just up and down, like it's not leveled, it's all messed up. And I think it's just because we're built on top of a whole ass city that's underground. And I hear that the tour is more educational than anything, because I thought it was like creepy. I was like, whoa, like everything's underground, like there was like a whole other city down there and just like different abandoned areas. But I mean, it does look creepy, but the tour is more educational than anything. I have never gone to it, but I probably should at some point since I do live in Washington. Okay, so this one is number 2, the Alice Killings. The story of the Alice Killings is one of Japan's most famous urban legends, as well as one of its newest. The legend revolves around a series of killings that supposedly occurred between 1999 and 2005. The victims had no relationship to one another, and the killings seemed unrelated in every way, but they shared hauntingly similar. Oh, they shared a hauntingly. Oh my god. They shared a haunting similarity. Oh my god. A single playing card was found by each body with the word Alice written in the victim's blood. For an unsubstantiated urban legend, the specifics of these murders are very consistent, right down to the names and grisly details of the murder victims. The uniformity of this legend, as well as its popularity, is most likely thanks to the internet. There is no evidence, however, that these killings took place at all, and whether or not they did is hotly debated. The truth is, though, that there was a serial killer who identified his murders with playing cards, but he operated in Spain, not Japan. Luckily, this playing card killer was caught in 2003 and sentenced to 142 years in prison. Prison, why did I say it like that? That is scary. Maybe they just got the idea from Spain and then they were like, yeah, let's just toss it in Japan and do something spooky with it. But still, crazy that that they had a serial. I don't think I've heard of that serial killer with the playing cards. And also, when they do the over 100 years of sentencing, I'm like, this is just for dramatics. Like, they're probably only gonna be there like 30 years and then die. Okay, number 3, Cropsey of Staten Island. According to this creepy tale, Cropsey lurked beneath the abandoned Willowbrook State School for Children. In some versions of the tale, Cropsey was an axe murderer. In others, he was a monstrous boogeyman. In both, he was a murderous creeper hunting for lost children. And sadly, he was based on a real murderous creeper. His name was Andre Rand, and he worked as a janitor at the Willowbrook State School before it shut down in 1987. After that, he continued living on the grounds of the school and is suspected to be responsible for the disappearances of several children. Though this was never proven to be true, he was found guilty of kidnapping in 1988 and again in 2004. There is even a documentary called Cropsey that examines the truth about the man and the myth. So they sentenced him without proof? That doesn't make any sense. I'm like, they were just like, yeah, who else would have done it? The janitor's the only guy. Like, okay, that's weird. Probably not as believable. If there was no proof, they just sentenced him for kidnapping, and then I'm like, where are the kids then? I don't know, it's weird. They must have had something on him. And number 4, the Dog Boy. This Arkansas-based urban legend about a werewolf-like dogman, roaming around the town of Quitman, merely embellishes a true tale. In 1954, a boy named Gerald Bettis was born. The rumors around town held that he was cruel and sadistic, and he liked to capture stray animals and do twisted experiments on them. His cruelty only grew as he got older, and he was abusive to his aging parents. In 1981, his father was found dead in the family home, and his death is surrounded in mystery. The newspaper said it was illness, but many townspeople believed it was murder. Bettis then kept his mother basically imprisoned in the house until Adult Protective Services placed her in protective custody. I did not know that was a thing. The more you know. His mother testified against him in court, and he went to prison, where he died in the 1980s. People say that his spirit still haunts the house where he grew up and where his father died. In many versions of the legend, his ghost walks on all fours and is shaggy like a dog, while in others, he appears as a towering man wearing a brown jacket and bow tie. Where did this come from? Where did the dog man part come from? I don't understand. Like, he was like a shitty kid, and then he grew up to be crappy to his parents, and then people see him as a dog. I'm just like, where? Okay. There's a lot of legends that I'm just like, where do you guys come up with this stuff? I don't know. But I like listening to them anyhow because they're still interesting. So, anyway, where do I go? And number 5, Le Lion. Recently, the people of Switzerland began telling stories about a mysterious figure who walked through the malls, I think that's how you saw it, Mal's forest, wearing camouflage and a gas mask. For 10 years, there was no evidence that this figure existed. Just a few eyewitness accounts in the newspapers. According to those accounts, he didn't show any signs of being dangerous or malicious, but he sure was creepy. With no concrete evidence of his existence, the figure remained in the realm of folklore. People began calling him the Ghost of Malls, or Le Lion. In 2013, though, his existence was proven when a pedestrian snapped this photograph of Le Lion. A few months later, his gas mask and camouflage coat appeared in the woods, along with a mysterious note hinting that he was harmless and could no longer stand being viewed as some kind of monster. Whether Le Lion actually committed or simply abandoned his persona and wandering habits remains unknown. So yeah, that's creepy, but also kind of messed up because they just because they were seeing him around, they were like, "You're weird." Well, actually, I probably would have thought the same, but if I was him, I would have just stopped going there. I would have been like, you know, I can't be in peace wearing my gas mask and my camouflage. Like, where am I supposed to go? I would have just left. But yeah, that one was creepy thread. And I'll do another one. Why not? Okay. I'm in a good mood. Oh, this one looks fun. Okay, this one is... I don't know, I just wanted to do this one just because there's a new iCarly show coming up and like, why not? I don't know what it's about. We're going in blind. I haven't read it, so we're both gonna be surprised, okay? This one is iCarly, a Sunday surprise story. What could this be about? I don't know. Okay. It says, back when I was around 5 or 6, I lived in an apartment. Obviously, where else would I live? And I had this very vivid dream. I don't remember how it started, and I don't remember it ending, but it happened. It was night, and my mom would stay up and watch TV, and where I was at the back door. I was able to see the light coming from my mom's TV, and it felt like I was tied down, and at the end of the hall, it was pitch black. There was a voice talking to me. I don't remember what it was saying, but I was trying to persuade it to do something. Finally, I asked, "What's your name?" The voice said, iCarly and Sam. Sorry, I don't want to laugh. So I thought there was 2 of them. I was very young, so I believed the obvious lie. I tried to convince them to meet me, but the voice kept ignoring me. I remember wanting to see it because I felt tied down. I couldn't move. I was paralyzed. I still wonder, you know. I wonder who that voice was. Why it was lying to me, why it didn't let me see it, and why the show iCarly. That's kind of funny, but also kind of creepy, because what the fuck? Okay, can you imagine like your sleep paralysis demon just being like, what is this kid like? He likes iCarly, he watches iCarly all the time. If I just keep haunting him, and then every time that he spots me, I just pretend I'm a Carly. iCarly and Sam. Please stop. I can't. That was good though. I don't know. I like that one a lot. I don't know why. Okay. Should I do another one? Or maybe I should leave them for another video? I don't know. Let me see how long this video has gotten. Okay, I think I could do another one. Okay, let's do another Japanese one just because I feel like some of you have been wanting something to do with Japanese legends, so these threads are like the easiest way for me to find them and read to you about them. Okay, this one is Okamuro, a Japanese urban legend. I feel so dumb saying these names. I feel like I'm butchering them so bad. Okay, Okamuro is a Japanese ghost, but no one knows for sure what he looks like. They say the reason for this is that if you see Okamuro, you will die. Okamuro appears to any person who hears his name. There is a possibility that he will come about a week or so after you hear about him. Alright, gotta go. Okay, I'm just kidding. That kind of low-key makes me scared though, I don't know. Okay, we're gonna keep going though. Where to go? There is a possibility. Oh wait, I already read that. Especially if you have forgotten about him in the meantime. He will suddenly appear outside your room and start pounding on the doors and windows with a don 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 sound. Guys, I'm by myself. I don't want to do this right now. Okay. Alright. I'm not scared. I'm fine. I'm good. It's alright. Okay. No one else can hear the knocking except the person who heard the story. When that happens, you need to start chanting Okamuro, Okamuro, Okamuro until he disappears. He might disappear after a few minutes, but sometimes it could take as much as a few hours. Whatever you do, don't open your eyes until he has disappeared. It is said that once you know about him, Okamuro will appear to you within a week. Once you have survived an encounter with Okamuro, he will not appear to you again. If you are a nervous person, please pay attention to the sound of knocking on your doors and windows over the next week. I hate this. I hate this so much. Now I'm scared. I'm scared. And I am a nervous person. I'm a nervous, anxious person. Alright, I'm gonna keep going. Note, there is one ancient Japanese book that contains an illustration of a ghost called Okamuro. It says that late at night, if you hear a noise outside your house and you open the front door, you will see a gigantic, hideous, disembodied head sitting on your doorstep. I'm never opening my door, ever, again. Here is an account of one Japanese person who encountered Okamuro. And it says, quote, "When I was a junior high school student, my friends and I were very interested in the supernatural. We would often buy magazines with ghost photos and scary stories. We would spend hours reading them and scaring ourselves out of our wits. My friend often got so scared that they didn't want to bring the magazines home. They would give them to me instead. After a while, I had a big stack of scary magazines on my bedside table, and I would often read them at night before going to sleep. One night, I came across an interesting story in one of the magazines. It was supposed to be true. It's not the sort of story that could scare you to death, but you might die if you're not careful." What does that even mean? Okay, it was a very short story, barely more than a paragraph, about a ghost. It said that if you read this story, the ghost would come and knock on your window or your door, and if you didn't recite his name 3 times, he would come into your room and cut your head off. I continued reading the magazine as usual and gradually dozed off. Just as I was about to fall asleep, I heard what sounded like a faint knock on the window. At first, I thought it was just a bird pecking at the window frame, but then I realized it was the middle of the night and there were no birds around. I can't do that one because I have stupid birds knocking on my window all the fucking time, and I know they're gonna end up scaring me after I've read this. You guys better leave a thumbs up just for me doing this for you guys, because I'm gonna be sleeping by myself for the whole week of today and then Sunday night and Monday night because my sister is gone. But alright, anyway, I looked at the window, but the curtains were shut, as they should be, and I couldn't see anything. I started thinking about the story I had read in the magazine. Could it really be true? I was trying to tell myself it was just my imagination. Then I heard the knock again. This time it was louder. Dun, dun, dun. I got scared and recited the name of the ghost over and over. Even though it was decades ago, I can still remember it. Okamuro, Okamuro, Okamuro. Then, nothing happened. The knocking stopped and everything was quiet. After a while, I got up and went over to the window to open the curtains. Big mistake. There was nothing outside. I still don't know what it was, but after that, I was always wary about reading these cursed stories. I feel like sometimes they can come true. No. Bitch. If I even hear anybody knocking, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'll be like, if you want to come in my room, just come in. Don't knock, because I'm scared. Because my mom always does like a little tap. But no, sometimes she barges in. That still scares the crap out of me. But that one was a good ass story. I'm glad that I saved that one for last. Sorry I keep stumbling over my words. I had a margarita, and that's just how it is. I'm trying my best to read these stories. But anyway, that was the last one. That one was the creepiest one, especially because anytime that I hear knocking, my heart races. So the fact that this specific legend has knocking involved, I'm just like, why? Please stop it. And now I'm gonna be paranoid. And I hope you guys are too, because that's what we get for enjoying these kinds of things. So, ni modo, you know, gotta deal with it. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought about this sort of video. Like, is this something that you guys would like to keep on watching or hearing, whichever one you guys do? But I would really love your feedback. And before I do end the video, let me go ahead and choose a comment shout out from my last video, which was the mukbang with my boyfriend. Okay, so the comment shout out is gonna go to Edith Romero right here. Thank you so much, Edith, for leaving a nice comment. I really always do appreciate it when you guys leave me comments down below. And of course, if you want to be the next comment shout out, all you have to do is leave me a nice comment. And that is it. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys showing my video support, and I'm really glad that you guys really have been enjoying all these spooky videos. But yeah, guys, I love you guys so much. Don't forget to stay safe and be kind. Bye-bye.
First time I saw you, girl, I like you that.